The film begins with Emma, a striking woman, embarking on a mission guided by a man over the phone. After completing her task in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Emma sheds her disguise and returns home to her true appearance. She is warmly greeted by her two children, whom she shares with her husband Dave, telling them she's just returned from a business trip to Nebraska, concealing her true whereabouts. Emma also forgets it's their 7th wedding anniversary, which fills her with guilt. The next morning, while preparing breakfast, Emma receives a message from Raj, the person who arranges her jobs. Raj informs her that her client is satisfied with her work in Buenos Aires and they have received payment. However, he warns Emma not to draw too much attention to herself as her photo has surfaced on a wanted list on a dark website, though the bounty offer has been removed. That evening, Dave suggests a vacation to celebrate their anniversary, but Emma declines, fearing she will disappoint her family again, having made promises before only to cancel. Dave devises a plan and presents Emma with a nurse costume for a romantic role play. However, Emma has different ideas. She proposes they meet the next night at a bar, assuming different personas using aliases. They plan to act as if they're meeting for the first time and book a luxurious hotel room. The following morning, Emma shares her plan with Kelly, Dave's younger sister, and asks her to look after their children. That night, Emma arrives at the Royal Grand, a luxurious hotel, for their date with Dave. Meanwhile, Dave gets stuck in traffic and loses signal when he tries to inform Emma about the delay at the bar. At the bar, Emma catches the attention of an older man named Bob Kellerman, who tries to flirt with her. Emma, using the alias Alice, engages with Bob while waiting for Dave. When Dave finally arrives, Emma seems disinterested in Bob, and instead notices a man in the corner of the bar. Dave briefly excuses himself and introduces himself as Jack Dawson using the alias, while Emma continues to play the role of Alice. As they interact, Bob returns to their table and boasts about winning a significant contract. He invites Alice and Jack to continue the celebration in his room. After a few drinks, Bob gives them his room number, suggesting they continue the party there. When they reach the room, Emma plays some music and asks Dave to wait in bed while she claims she needs to freshen up in the bathroom. Deliberately delaying, Emma allows Dave to fall asleep, leaving a message on a piece of paper before checking her phone stopwatch. As it turns out, Emma goes to Bob's room. Bob, however, is revealed to be a hitman who had just eliminated a diplomat. He recognizes Emma as Anna Peller, the most wanted hitwoman, and is intrigued by her presence. Bob had given her his room number earlier out of curiosity, as he wanted to understand why Anna had left the notorious hitman syndicate sovereign. The group had posted bounties, wanting Anna captured, not killed. It's then revealed that Emma is actually a hit woman named Anna Peller, who followed and changed her identity because Sovereign's leader, Wen Carver, is hunting her down. They agree to split the reward, with 60% for Bob and 40% for Emma. Bob suggests they work together because he operates independently from any syndicate and only follows the highest bidder. He warns Emma that if she refuses, he'll contact Sovereign and claim the reward for her capture. Emma declines and reveals that Bob's drink at the bar was poisoned, and he will soon succumb to it. Suddenly, Bob, who is not yet dead, but only blinded by the poison, attempts to shoot her. After completing her task, Emma returns to the room and resumes her intimacy with Dave. The next day at home with Dave and their children, Emma looks serious as she sends a message to Raj, informing him of what happened the previous night. Ignoring Dave's repeated inquiries, shortly after Raj calls, leaving Dave increasingly curious about what Emma is keeping from him. Raj instructs Emma to head to the airport immediately. Inside the house, Dave receives a call from Kelly, who tells him about the murder at the Royal Grand Hotel and sends him a news link. Shocked to see that the victim was the man they had spoken to at the bar last night, Dave panics. He informs Emma that the news hints that the police are suspicious of a couple, a man and a woman, seen with the victim. Though confident they were not the culprits, Dave wants to contact the police before they could identify them from CCTV footage. However, using fake identities at the hotel would only make them look more suspicious if they were considered suspects. The next day, after saying goodbye to their children, Dave informs Emma that he will pick her up at the domestic arrival terminal when she returns on Monday. On the day of Emma's scheduled return, she is nowhere to be found on any local flight departures. As Dave returns to the parking lot, his worst fear comes true. Two detectives from the NYPD approach him and escort him to the police station. They question Dave about the murder of Bob Kellerman at the Royal Grand Hotel and why he had used a fake name. Dave truthfully explained that he had just met Bob Kellerman and the fake name was simply part of a role-playing game he and his wife had been playing, pretending to be strangers. However, the detectives found this explanation hard to believe. Shortly after, an intelligence agent named Carver entered and informed Dave that his wife was not the real Emma Raburn, which left him shocked. The woman who had been his wife had assumed the identity of a deceased person 8 years ago and had successfully lived a false life for the past 7 years. Photos of his wife at Buenos Aires airport from the previous week were presented as evidence, making Dave realize that Emma had lied about going to Nebraska. He also discovered that the true identity of the man he had met at the bar was Derek Worley, a hitman, not Bob Kellerman. Dave was even more stunned when he found out that Raj wasn't Emma's company supervisor, but the one who found clients for her as a hitwoman. Dave also uncovered that his wife was Anna Peller, the most sought-after hitwoman on multiple continents. At first, he thought it was some kind of joke, but it became clear that everyone in the room took it very seriously. Dave rushed back home and started searching for Emma's secret belongings until eventually he found a hidden safe containing wigs, fake passports, reports, and firearms. As more truths emerged, Dave began to doubt his wife but wanted to talk to the woman he had married before making any decisions. Meanwhile, in Berlin, several Sovereign members were tracking Emma as she tried to escape. Despite Emma's attempts to mislead them and her escape from Raj's car, they continued to follow her every move until she managed to disable one of them. Although she successfully escaped the confrontation with the remaining Sovereign members, Raj lost his life after being shot. On the other hand, after the police left, Dave reached out to every number on the business cards he found in Emma's secret safe. One of those numbers connected him to Emma, and Dave quickly discovered that Emma was in Berlin from that phone call. Ignoring Emma's warning not to join her in Berlin, he went to discuss the matter in person. Not long after, Emma and Dave were finally reunited at a bar in Berlin. Emma confessed her past to Dave, admitting her real name was Anna, and she had been trained as an assassin since childhood. Her father, a former secret agent, started the private security company Sovereign with intelligence agent Carver. Anna had experienced violence from a young age and received years of training to kill. While Anna was on a job in Boston, she met Dave, who made her feel appreciated and cared for the first time. From that moment on, Anna longed for a normal life. Despite all the lies she had told, Anna begged Dave to believe that her love for him had always been genuine. She had come to Berlin to obtain Canadian passports for Dave and the children to start anew. However, their reunion was interrupted when several Sovereign members suddenly arrived, surrounded them, drugged Emma, and took them away. When Emma regained consciousness, she realized Carver had not only kidnapped her and Dave but also their 2 children. Carver offered Emma a second chance to rejoin Sovereign. Emma reluctantly agreed with the condition that Carver wouldn't harm her children. Carver accepted and instructed Emma to eliminate Dave because he stood in the way of Emma and Carver reuniting their children in Sovereign. Emma then led Dave into the woods and informed him that a sniper was watching them as they walked. Emma contemplated her plan, and suddenly she shot Dave, causing him to collapse. Another Sovereign member confirmed Dave's supposed death. While the woman checked Dave's body, Emma attacked her when a tree obstructed the sniper's view. After Emma killed the woman, Dave regained consciousness. It turned out that Emma's shot had caused only minor injuries. Emma also managed to eliminate the sniper while he searched for her. Emma and Dave quietly approached the building where their children and Carver were located. After taking down another guard, Emma and Dave divided their tasks. Dave would rescue their children, while Emma would confront Carver inside the Sovereign building. Emma faced off against Carver's remaining henchwoman in a challenging confrontation until Emma emerged victorious. On the other hand, Carver, who was attempting to escape, was taken by surprise when she encountered Emma. Instead of finishing Carver off immediately, Emma shot her in a critical spot and slowly moved away from the scene. She returned to the building to reunite with her small family, demonstrating her willingness to risk her life to protect them, even if it meant sacrificing her own. After enduring several exhausting days, Emma was relieved to see her children safe and to return to their normal family life as before. And thus, the movie concludes. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon to not miss any future videos.